Okay, how you doing everyone? Green Zero back here again, bringing you another game today, fresh from the members tab. Let's jump straight in and have a look who we have. We have D.Dutch, which is Dirty Dutch, likes to rename himself every 2 weeks or something like that, and eXs.Atlantis. There you go, 2 VODs in a row. Andre, hope you're happy now. He was crying on the forum saying that he didn't get a VOD for his last match. If you haven't seen that one, 42 minutes, pretty epic, got a Hall of Fame vote. As of now, it has not made it in yet. The vote is still going on, so if you haven't voted, go over and vote to see whether or not that gets into the Hall of Fame. So anyway, let's focus on this game here. Andre is back again under his eXs.Atlantis pulse. What did I just say? eXs.Atlantis pulse. Oh man, let's just start the game. Anyway, Dirty Dutch is on the right hand side here, and he's playing as Black Hand. He likes the Nod factions quite a bit. Let's zip straight over and see what Andre's got. Because he's been dealt with a random faction. Oh, what's he got? He's got a Nod team as well. We'll have to wait until he builds some units before we can see exactly what faction he is, unless I switch to their modes, but I don't really like doing that in VODs. He's got an engineer, and look at that, cybernetic legs. He must be Mock. Mock versus Black Hand on decision. Is everyone going, oh, is this going to be good or is this going to be crap? No, I don't know. It should be pretty good. I mean, Mock has the stealth and the air, and they've got infantry, but they're not as good as the Black Hand infantry. Black Hand's obviously got no stealth, no air, but hell good infantry and hell flames, and Mock don't have any flames, which is why if I am forced to play a random free-for-all, I hate getting Mock because I really like flames, and they're pretty good even though I play 99.9% of my games as Steel Talons. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. Looks like Dirty Dutch is going to get that structure, no worries. He's probably wondering why he hasn't seen any counter scouts yet. He obviously does not know that he's up against Mock. Looks like Atlantis sending an undefended engineer, so yeah, that's a bit risky, but he's going to get it there anyway. He's going to get this guy over here. He takes the bunker there, hasn't pushed forward. He could, I mean, you really could, especially if you've got a Mock squad there, although a Mock squad will lose to a Black Hand squad, especially if you only have one member of the Mock squad, and those guys, they're taking some damage from something. They must have run over the Tiberium, and there's one bike out by Dirty Dutch. Can we see another one back there? Yes, he's placed his War Factory. Nice placing too. He's placed it all the way over here, so if scouts come down the middle, they'll take their sweet time getting across there. One, they'll have to run across the Tiberium, which is bad, and two, because this buggy's going to come in and scout now, it's going to see the War Factory all the way over here, and so he scattered it now, so it is a little bit strategical, but since the buggy is in there, he's going to know what's going on. Another ref, he may want to sell one of those. No, he's going to power it down and keep it. He's got the 3 bikes coming around, 3 bike play. It's the minimum amount of bikes he can send, and if he gets a harvester, it'll definitely be worth it, considering how much funds, or I was going to say money or whatever, he's spent to do that. But he's got bikes out here to counter with, and he loses one. That's not good. He needs to take out that bike, and he's going to snipe it clean, get away. Yes, oh no, he missed micro. One of those guys goes back in for more. He's going to lose a second bike, but Andre does lose a second bike as well. It's 2 bikes for 2 bikes. Can that one bike get away? Oh, he needs to fire a volley. I don't think he can get away. He's in heavy damage mode. He's not going to make it. Oh, Dirty Dutch, he should have just turned around and shot back and maybe got the kill. Not quite sure if he would have destroyed that bike. Probably. Anyway, let's have a look what eXs.Atlantis, aka Andre. Let's just keep him to the Andre name here. He's got 3 harvesters. Dirty Dutch has 4 harvesters. Oh, there you go. So Andre obviously not doing as well in the economic department. That harvester there is sitting at 50% health. His 4th harvester is out, and he just dropped a 2nd War Factory on just 4 harvesters, man. I mean, he can go dual War Factory bikes on that. He's probably going to want to get a 5th harvester out before he really starts cranking. Maybe even a 6th harvester, I don't know, it's probably a little bit too much. What's happening out there? A buggy gets taken out. There you go, I can't even see what destroyed it. Oh, there it is, a bike. Right there, bike's obviously overwhelming. It looks like Dirty Dutch is going dual War Factory as well, and he has not got a 5th harvester. 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's exactly the same. These guys have mirrored each other totally. So it looks like Andre's not pumping out Scorpion tanks. He's pumped out another buggy. He's still going with the bikes. So this is not a bike map, by the way. I mean, bikes can work, but it's not an overly strong option on this map because of the choke points. It's not a big open map. There are choke points. The bikes will have trouble getting around. You can still get map control. Not the best map for bikes. You can still do them, and people will still do them because they're a great unit. And here we go. Andre's going to move back and go and exit through his base through this choke over here. I'm not sure, or maybe he's expecting an attack down there. He doesn't have any scouts. Oh yes, he does. He's got the buggy up there, but I was going to say he doesn't have any infantry units down there, and he is pulling away out of his base just as these guys come through. But the bikes are going to come back, probably going to snipe down that first tank. No, not quite. Yes, there we go. And it's bikes versus bikes, and that gets so messy, doesn't it? It gets so messy. All these Nod players, do you guys micro those bike on bike battles? Like when it's like this, you can't even tell which bikes are yours. You definitely got to have them all hotkeyed there, and it looks like Dirty Dutch has caused quite a lot more damage there. all Andre's bikes are gone, and he definitely had more bikes as well than what Dirty Dutch had. And these Scorpion tanks now, though, for Andre, may be able to clean this up, and Dirty Dutch should destroy that tank. He's trying to destroy a harvester. Come on, Dirty Dutch, kill the tank. It's got no health whatsoever. He may actually get that harvester. Not quite, no. And a veteran, that Scorpion tank, there you go, has gone veteran now. So when Andre repairs that, it's going to have like 15% more firepower and 15% more armor. I can never remember, it's 15 or 10% more armor. Myself and CGF worked out all the percentages. I'm supposed to write them down and tell everyone in a VOD somewhere, because it is actually worked out in a way that I was not sure about, and I'm sure a lot of people have been misled on how the veterancy really affects a unit. Anyway, that Scorpion tank not quite getting repairs there. Andre perhaps should have the health bars activated there. He's got some TIG troopers running down the center of the map. They will destroy everything in their path, infantry wise. But yeah, that Scorpion tank still not getting repairs. Andre, what are you doing? Triple ref here for Dirty Dutch. How many harvesters? He's got 4, 5, 6, 7 harvesters, and here comes a flame tank. So he's going to go for this sneaky attacks here. And he loves doing this, by the way. If you're getting attacked at the front by Dirty Dutch, just watch the back door, because he always likes to slip those bikes or the flame tank in the back door. And here we go, there's an engineer here for Andre trying to take one of these towers, but I don't think he's going to get it, man. He's just going to get run down. Here we go, those rockets not even firing. He's obviously not paying attention there. That he's going to try and run for the structure, but he's not going to make it. Oh man, look at the crush there, finally getting the crush off. What's happening up there? Single buggy scouting out the triple ref and rockets coming out for Dirty Dutch as well. He's going for his infantry upgrades. He's got his tier 2. He's not looking to expand yet. I don't think Andre has moved his Conyard. Where is his Conyard gone? He's already made it to his expansion, the safe expansion I like to call it there, because it's much easier to defend than up here. Although if you have the center map control, especially if you grab a tower or two, you can really go for this top field. There is more Tiberium up here than there is down here, but if you take this field and your opponent does not take this field, you can just move around and get that Tiberium, and you will get more Tiberium in the long run. Although you've got to watch out, your enemy can just sit up here and artillery harvesters and deny you that field, so they will get more Tiberium in the long run, depending on how the game goes. That very heavily damaged veteran Scorpion tank is still there. I don't like that. Oh, here comes a flame tank. It just walks straight into those guys. And what's with the reverse move, Andre? That tank there taking some damage. Dozer Blades is done. Dirty Dutch does not have Dozer Blades, and he is upgrading it now. I think he was delayed on his upgrading. I don't think he wanted to do it, but then when he saw that his opponent was really persisting with his Scorpion tanks, he decided to do it as well. So he's going to be at a disadvantage here. Reverse moving into your enemy. Why do people do that? It was just so popular in Tiberium Wars to reverse move into your enemy. I mean, and he's doing it again. Andre, you know how much more damage you take from the rear armor? That is just crazy. And look at that. Look, Dirty Dutch is just going to reverse move as well. And he's actually doing such a good job here. Look at the damage on those tanks. He is holding off a tank army which is about 30% larger than his own. And now he's whittling the numbers down. He's got Dozer Blades. There is infantry up here, by the way. They are destroying the spike. And Andre really accomplished not too much at all with that terrible positioning of Dirty Dutch. You got to hand it to him. He did a fantastic job of that. He's probably going to lose his operations center. I don't think he's building a tech center. And there you go. Here she sells it off. So he wasn't building a tech center at all, because his structure is still cute. It's probably a ref. He probably doesn't care too much about his tech center just yet. Being Black Hand, they seem to do pretty well on just their tier 1, tier 2. Anyway, that last tank is going to get cleaned up, and Dirty Dutch did a fantastic job of that. Andre can't be too happy with himself at all. He's got 2 shredder turrets here. He's actually deployed a Reckoner, a triple rocket Reckoner. This is a common tactic that I've been seeing a lot lately. They are really hard to move once they're deployed, and once they have if they have full health when they're deployed, because they'll have a ton of armor. He's got triple rockets in there. That's just going to spew pain, but it's going to come up against infantry, and that's probably not what he wants to see. Some unit going down over there. Not quite sure what it was. There are fanatics down here. They haven't got any upgrades. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Obviously, to counter those Scorpion tanks, which never actually arrived, Dirty Dutch has sent them somewhere else. He's actually sending them across the map here. And all of a sudden that Reckoner, it's actually got a TIB Trooper squad in it. Oh, that's going to cause, look at all the damage, look at all the units it's killing on the front line there. A lot of rocket squads getting killed there. I'm not quite sure if you guys saw that, but they got a lot of units there. And Supercharged Particle Beam. Here we go, finally got it right instead of just Charged Particle Beam. Supercharged Particle Beam. He's just going to melt away those infantry. There is nowhere near enough infantry, and they just get completely dominated. And now these guys are going to start working on the tanks. Here come the Fanatics. Oh, Andre. Oh, look at that reverse moving to the Fanatics. Oh, all of a sudden, it's Andre's turn to decimate Dirty Dutch's numbers. And that really, oh man, that defense was actually just as good as what Dirty Dutch had a few minutes before. Oh, so you got to hand it to Andre for getting himself back in that game there. Although he wasn't really quite out of it with that terrible attack over there. He just put himself into a much better position. Dirty Dutch's numbers are down a little bit. He's going to lose bikes to Fanatics. He needs to get them out of there. Yes, get them out. He should get the upgrade. Increases their movement speed, increases their hit points, and it provides invulnerability. Oh, look at that, one fanatic just finished off those 2 units there. I'm not sure where he came from or how he got there. Tech Center is up for Dirty Dutch. He's upgrading, probably Charged Particle Beam. I would assume that's only 30-second upgrade. I don't think he'd be going for Emp Coils. What can he really use that against? There is an Avatar down here, pretty badly damaged, and those guys just ran all the way out, and they got another bike there, selling off some structures. I really question selling off an upgraded power plant. He really could have sacrificed something else other than that, or maybe he just wanted the Black Hand squad, the Cabal squad, to help kill that last unit, but it didn't quite work out for him. Stealth Harvesters is now going to help Andres just suck up that Tiberium here. He's got dual ref down here, has Dirty Dutch. He has not managed to place dual ref now, and looks like he's going to go for an Imp Spam and Obelisk defense here. I think he just wants to hold the line now. Andre's probably looking to attack pretty soon. He doesn't really have an army, but he's got really good eco down here. He's got 4 harvesters, 5 harvesters. No, there's 6 harvesters there. Sorry, let's tilt the screen. There is 6 harvesters there, and he's going for a Redeemer now. So this is going to be tough, although Dirty Dutch is amassing so much infantry, and by the time that Redeemer comes out, there's going to be a ton of rockets there, and that Redeemer won't last too long at all, especially since it doesn't have flame, because there are no flame units for Mock. He could put Tib Troopers in there, not sure how that's going to work out from a few buggies running through, not quite sure what Dutch is doing with those, probably sending them forward as scouts to see how much defense is here. He was probably hoping on leveling the main base when as the game progresses and you move over here, a lot of people try to destroy the main base because they think it'd be relatively undefended, which most of the time it is. But there are a few Shredder turrets there which are quite powerful. There's even a Spectre there, so artillery is going to be coming out now. There is a bunker there, some extra rockets in there would be nice, but it looks like these guys are actually going to retreat. They really can't do too much. I mean, the Shredder turrets can probably be spammed pretty heavily, and those Scorpion tanks will take damage over time. You can see the Shredder turrets do take their sweet time destroying those, actually not doing that much damage at all. I thought they did a lot more damage than that, but obviously not. They're not going to be able to destroy those pretty soon. Infantry upgrades, maybe. Maybe he's gone for cybernetic legs. I'm not sure. He doesn't have anything to actually utilize that. And there's the air tower. Oh, I hope we see some Vertigos. I really want to see some Vertigos. That is building way too fast to be a Vertigo, though, so it's probably going to be a Venom. But he's mocked, so he gets supercharged particle beams on his Venoms, and that's going to be very nice. Looks like Dirty Dutch has his Redeemer out as well, and it does have a flame and an engineer garrison. Plus, this infantry here, it's not a very threatening force, though. I think it's just going to be repelled straight away. And here comes, what is this? It is a Magmine drop, but it's not going to hit anything. The Redeemer can self-repair, so it will not affect the Redeemer. It'll obviously damage the Redeemer initially, but it's just going to self-repair. And here we go. I'm expecting a Catalyst Missile. Is there going to be a Catalyst Missile? No. Usually when people decoy army like that, it's usually to get vision on the Tib field. There is a Tib Chem plant over here now. Let's see if he decides to drop one back on Dutch. Those 2 refineries are pretty close together. He could definitely drop those, and here comes the buggy. Is he going to send the buggy scout out? He sells off his secret shrine. Obviously got the upgrade he wanted, or maybe he wanted the stealth tower. That's really... Oh, there's the catalyst. I knew it was coming. He actually got the spike as well. Take note of that. Mid to new players, you can destroy spikes with catalyst as well. But here comes the artillery. Artillery with Emp buggies, with a Redeemer, with stealth, and he is just... I think he's going to take this area. But to be honest, and there you go, there's actually a crater there. So it looks like Dirty Dutch got hit, but with a counter catalyst, so he's not going to be enjoying that too much. But does it really matter? He's finished the Tiberium here, and he's moving to the top. He knows, all right, it's getting into that really end late game. Or probably the mid section of the late game, if you know what I mean. It's past the early mid game, because early mid game is where you just get your first few upgrades from your tech center, or maybe you get your epic unit out and start using it. But this is probably the mid area in the late game, and Dutch's Conyard has just stopped. He needs to get up there ASAP because there's not a lot of Tiberium. He has used Seed Tiberium to give himself a little bit of a boost. I'm assuming Andre's going to do the same thing. He's actually sending an emissary. Is this smart or not? He can still build Obelisk because he is mock. He will be able to queue structures and drop them immediately, but he needs to count on that emissary actually making it up there and deploying. He can hide it in the corner, but as you can see, there's a tank army there, and nothing is escorting that. He's just going to lose that straight away, and his Redeemer is ungarrisoned. It's not in a good position to. Here comes the artillery to try to put some shells on that. The emissary is actually moving around those tanks. Dirty Dutch has not noticed it. I don't think he can see it yet. It's not in the vision range of those guys yet, but I think Andre may realize they are there. He doesn't have any scouts. He may have seen them. He really should push this to the edge of the map, because these guys are going to spot that. He needs to deploy it right now so it doesn't say enemy unit sighted. It'll probably say enemy base sighted, but Dirty Dutch probably won't look over here because he can already see that there's no buildings there. And he's deploying that now. What has he got? He's not queuing anything. He should queue up a structure immediately, because when this is finished deploying, he's going to have to place a structure straight away. Otherwise, he risks losing it. The tanks are moving. The tanks are moving. They're going to go straight past it. Is that rocket squad friendly? No, it's enemy. Those rocket squads need to shoot. They're just going to get run over. Oh, why would you give them a move order? Why would you give infantry a move order? Give them an attack move order. Oh man, those buggies there got no chance of destroying those guys. They have the Imp coils, obviously for the Redeemer, but the Redeemer has pulled back to Dirty Dutch's main base. I think, yeah, it's going to come down... Oh, look at that, Dirty Dutch has actually already deployed a, what do you call it, a refinery there. He did that pretty quick, didn't he? And all those Imp buggies just got annihilated. There's 2 avatars, so those avatars would have been nicer a little bit sooner. He could use the Imp buggies to emp the tanks or something like that. He has got an emissary or an outpost deployed there. He does have a defensive structure queued. Is it an obelisk? You'd hope so. He has actually got TIB troopers in that field up there, in the, what do you call it, the garrison structure. They're about to go down though. What's happening here? Looks like Dirty Dutch is flaming down this Tiberium spike, which has been captured by Andre. He needs to move everything up there right now because there's no Tiberium here. And he's sending a Venom over there actually to clean up those Black Hand, but it won't be in time to save that spike. So there is now just 2 spikes remaining on the map. It's going to be 1 each, and this emissary, this outpost, is still sitting here, and Dirty Dutch has not realised it. He probably can't see it. He may have seen it then. I think he should definitely be able to see it now that Scorpion Tank has just spotted it, but he hasn't realised that it's there. And he's realising now, oh man, what's Andre doing? He's got a defensive structure queued, but he didn't place anything there. Oh man, he could have placed like a war factory or dual barracks or got obelisks up there or something and defended that, but now he's lost ground control. And Dirty Dutch, look at that, he's pulling in so much Tiberium now. What is Andre going to do about this? He's on the back foot now. His Redeemer is way out of position. He's actually got TIB troopers in it and an empty garrison slot. He's still going for Venoms, although I really haven't seen much of them. There's one over here. They have not been achieving too much. Dirty Dutch is actually so comfortable. He's going to go on the offensive here. There's only 2 Scorpion Tanks and a bunch of Imp buggies. The Spectre's obviously doing nothing for most of the game because Dirty Dutch pretty much retreated from that area. He'd already finished the Tiberium, so he just got out. And, oh no, here comes a TIB vein. Oh, right on the army too. Oh, that hurts. There goes the Imp buggies. And those power plants just managing to survive there. Those 2 avatars easily weathered that TIB vein, but they are damaged now. And what's going to happen here? Those Scorpion Tanks are going to be destroyed. I think maybe, let's see how this goes. 1 avatar is down. The Redeemer is here. He may be able to save the other avatar, and he's going to have to destroy those husks as well. Also, it's going to be pretty fruitless there. And you can see now artillery over the top. Bam, taking out another tank, and he gets 1 husk. He's going to destroy the other husk, and he's probably going to pull out of there. There is an elite Scorpion Tank. Can he get that one away? No, Rage Gen goes off, and he's forced to kill it. So that's not good. Another Scorpion Tank going down to the Spectres there. There is just 1 Spectre there. What happened to the other one? The other one may have been caught in crossfire and destroyed. That's not good. But Andre, what can he do? Look at that. Dirty Dutch has replaced his tech structures up here. Obviously sold them off to get whatever he was getting. His Redeemer has been sitting in his base all game. I'm not sure if he forgot about that or what. He's moving through with the infantry. He's got these Imp buggies. What has Andre got? He could sell all this off. He's trying to get the little bits of Tiberium over here. But really, he's got no Tiberium. He's got 3 fields under his control. But there's just nothing there. Tiny bit of TIB there. Little bits of scattered TIB, and Dirty Dutch is actually sending a harvester down there to get it. So yeah, that's embarrassing. Dirty Dutch has this nice green field up here, and there is plenty of Tiberium there to finish this game off in his favour. He's actually developing his base still, so obviously a lot of selling off. He's moving his Redeemer up here, and I think this army is going to be a little bit too much for Andre. Let's see what he does. He's got these very heavily damaged power plants there. He really does not have anything for him. Is he going for Vertigos? I'd go for Vertigos right now. They could definitely save him. Dirty Dutch has really... oh, there we go. What was that? Catalyst. He just got hit by a Catalyst missile there. That was another one. A second Catalyst by Andre. And he's taking out one of those refs. But doesn't matter. Here comes the Seed Tiberium. There's not much Tiberium there. There's only a couple of harvesters. So you could probably just leave 1 refinery, not worry about spending $3,000 building another one. But here comes the attack. And Andre's Redeemer, oh man, he's actually pretty heavily damaged. Actually crushes his own Spectre. He must have been Rage Gen in a force move and been forced to destroy that. Will the Redeemer fire back with his TIB trooper? I don't think it's going to. I don't think it has much range at all. Here come the Imp buggies, and that is going to... oh no, Imp buggies. Oh, did Dutch imp his own Redeemer then? No, there's a green Imp buggy there. You can see there's a green line on that one, so he must have emped his own, or inadvertently emped his own when the Imp carried from one unit to another. Oh man, really made that sound super confusing to everyone. And is the Redeemer? Yes, it is going to get emped. There are a few Venoms there. They need to focus down the Imp buggies. If he focuses down the Imp buggies, he might be alright, but really, how can he keep this Redeemer from destroying everything in his base? Here we go, there's a few bikes, but Andre emping his own bikes now. What's going on, guys? Stop emping your own units. And it looks like he's going to be right. The Redeemer is getting repairs from the War Factory. It is still short 1 garrison. He could easily put in there a engineer, and it looks like Dirty Dutch is actually going to be repelled somehow. These Venoms obviously aren't going to do much damage at all. The Flame unit just abolishing those guys right there, and he gets another imp off from this Awakened squad. But here come a bunch of Scorpion tanks. Oh, there's a lot of tanks there too, but really they can't touch those Venoms, and an Obelisk is up now. Those Venoms could focus down these Scorpion tanks. There is only 3, so it's going to take this sweet time destroying that, and a Rage Gen goes off. and all these units are going to start blasting each other. The Redeemer is actually going to start crushing its own units. Oh, counter crushing? No, not quite. Rage Gen wears off, and a lot of those tanks have actually been destroyed. Pulling them back now. I think Dirty Dutch needs to be a little bit careful now. He needs to watch where he attacks. Andre managing to hold it off, and that was important too, because Dirty Dutch burned a lot of Tiberium in that attack, and he managed to hold it with relatively few units. And here comes a Tib Vapor on the power plants. Oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power plants, and he got the refinery. That was an epic Tib Vein. If you guys were watching my last VOD, who was it? Eclipse got an epic Tib Vein off on Andre as well, but it was on an army. But that one there dropped 5 power plants and a refinery. Oh, that was massive. All these Awakened squads though, Andre can use those as imps. They haven't got much health, and looks like he's going to rally them now. What can he do? He's got no Tiberium. Dirty Dutch still sucking up this little bit of Tiberium over here. Some of those harvesters not quite filling up. If you've been keeping an eye on the portal, or not the portal, the general discussion, people are talking about harvesters, and it is true. When a harvester dies and it's got Tiberium in it, it drops the Tiberium on the ground, and harvesters will go and try and re-harvest that. But once they harvest it, they'll only get the little bit on the ground, then they'll think they've finished the field, and they'll turn around and go back to their base. So if you're losing harvesters in your field, make sure that your harvesters that are still alive aren't just picking up the tiny little bit and then going back to base. Make sure they pick up the tiny little bit and then order them back. Yes, you do have to give them an order, but it saves this from happening, which you can see Dirty Dutch is actually ordering that on there now to go back and finish that little bit of crystal, and then he's probably going to go and order that back to the field. You can't waypoint that. See there, it's cleaned up, it's going straight out to the refinery. Unfortunately, you can't waypoint harvesters to harvest Tib. It doesn't work. They just completely forget about their waypoints. So CGF might want to figure that out. And by that I mean, if you select a harvester, hold down your waypoint, which is shift for me. You shift click there, and you shift click on attack Tiberium. They'll actually forget about that order, and they'll just go straight to the Tiberium. So you definitely don't want that. And what was that? Was that a sell-off? Was that a catalyst? I think that was a sell-off. There's just no catalyst hole there, and a Rage Gen going off back here. It's Redeemer versus Redeemer. Oh man, use your Emp bug, not your Emp. Use your Emp on your whatever they're called. Anyway, let's whip back over here. There's no anti-air to kill these Venoms, so Andre might be able to hold on here. He's got Tib Troopers slowing those guys down. And it's Emp versus Emp. You got to watch out. You're Emping your own unit there. Those Awaken obviously got no chance at destroying those buggies. Actually, maybe not. Oh, look at that. Nice Emping there. Here we go. Now, Andre can destroy this as long as he manages his Emps. There's nothing to help the Redeemer. There's nothing coming. There are 2 Purifiers, actually. That is an interesting move. Andre is actually running out of structure, so he might be smart. I mean, he could have just gone Flame Tanks. But these Venoms here may be able to clean up Flame Tanks, depending on how well they rank. And those units, they're getting backwards flamed. Didn't look too good in the animation, but he's going to get his Redeemer away. Andre's Redeemer still chasing. No one has lost their Redeemer in this game, but Andre is about to lose his Conyard, and that could be game. Has he got any production? He's got a War Factory. He has a War Factory, and he has his 2 tech structures, but he's got no power, and he's about to have no power. There you go. He's got 1 power plant, which he can upgrade, by the way. He's still got a refinery, he's got a power plant, he's got a War Factory. He can only build... He can actually build any ground unit at the moment, except infantry. And these Venoms are still trying to clean these guys up. There's two veteran ones. He should focus down the very weak tanks, because he could rank his Venoms up pretty quickly doing that. And the Redeemer is going to try and cut these guys off and get a few shots there. None of those Venoms still ranking up. There we go. Let's see if they can get another veterancy point there. There's actually no anti-air, and a Rage Gen goes off. The Purifiers flaming their own units. Can the Redeemer crush its own Purifiers? But not going to happen. A few Amp Buggies coming down now, and the Redeemer here is forced to run. I don't think Andre can really hold off against this. What has he got? The Amp Buggies are just running in now. They don't care about those Vertigos. I called them Vertigos again. Venoms. There is an elite Venom there. They are taking damage, and they have absolutely no way of repairing themselves because the air tower is down. I guess he could rebuild an MCV. I didn't actually think about that, but look at that. The epic unit. Not heroic unit. Oh, I'm getting everything wrong today. The epic unit is down, and Andre is going to sell up. He's not even going to fight with his last Venoms, which I would have liked to have seen. Just try to get more kills. That's what I try to do. But anyway, Andre has been defeated there. So last game he won. This game he's gone down, unfortunately. But that was a pretty good game. I like that. That was definitely entertaining, considering the replay. The members replay tab is a bit slow. Dirty Dutch getting extra $36,000. Oh man, Andre did pretty well, considering he was down by that much. That is a significant amount. Look at the last, what do you call it? 7 or 8 minutes of the game, he was just creeping along there where Dirty Dutch had the top field, and that really was it. Atlantis, I call him Atlantis again. Andre really needed to either destroy Dirty Dutch's main base and contain him in the top, or just hold a little bit better. But he did hold pretty well. It was pretty good structures up and down there. You can see units up and down. Dirty Dutch, oh man, what's that? Bam, straight down. I'm not quite sure what that was. He must have lost a ton of infantry there. But you can see this here was probably that fight where Andre lost all those Scorpion tanks, and Dirty Dutch only lost a little smidgen there. But then Dirty Dutch went in the counterattack, and Andre just did it straight back to him. But he obviously did it about twice as good. I didn't realize it was that good there. So Andre pulling it back right there. Dirty Dutch screaming out though. I think the extra resources was all Dirty Dutch need. Atlantis probably played a little bit more strategic there, but Dirty Dutch was just relentless, and he just kept busting through and not letting Andre get too strong there. So 23 minutes, nice game, very nice game. Andre actually killed 256 units compared to Dirty Dutch's 99, but Black Hand versus Mock, you got to expect that. There's going to be a ton of infantry on the Black Hand side, and they will die pretty easily. So anyway, that was a really good game. Hope you enjoyed this VOD, and I'll see you all next time.